We waited for 10 days just to lose like that? Welcome back to Into the Den, everybody. This is a late one because I had better things to do this weekend than watch the Bruins play uninspired hockey. Bruins lose 2-1 against the frickin' Washington Capitals. And on top of that, we don't even get scored on by the usual suspects. It's not even just the fact that the Caps are injured. Look, the thing is when you're injured, you try and stretch your linesman to. I had to sneeze there for a second. When you're injured, you try and stretch your lines so that you're able so that you're still able to play competently on a lot of for most of the game. And to give the Caps credit, they did a really good job of that. Anthony Mantha, Lars Eller, and Garnet Hathaway on the bottom line is not exactly something that I expected. I'd expect that to be somewhere in the middle six. I don't expect that to be the bottom line. But this still means that both the Bruins' goals allowed yesterday, came off the bottom six. When you have Nicolas Aube-Kubel on the left of Dylan. On the right of Dylan Strome, and Alex Ovechkin on the top, of course, between on the right, on the left. I don't expect you to beat the Bruins that have yet to that have been absolutely insane this season. And unfortunately, my prediction of Jake DeBrusk being back after the thing isn't really coming through. I'm a mess. Frick, I'm knocking stuff off the desk. I've only been back at school for like an hour and a half. But what was I doing instead of watching this game? Well, Friday I went to see the Providence Bruins, which honestly was a lot better game than this. Providence Bruins versus the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins was a lot better of a game than this. Despite going down 3-1 in the second period, and not only them going down 3-1, but all three of Wilkes-Barre Scranton's goals came from the same spot, and I don't understand how Kyle Kaiser didn't save any of them. The P Bruins fought back really well. They fought back incredibly. They had it was one goal from Fabian Lysell that pretty much ricocheted off of a defenseman's knee and into the goal, and they had and Georgi Merkulov got ended with 2 goals on the night, and in overtime and on the shootout it went to like 7 rounds of shootouts, and Mike freaking Riley ended up as the guy to end the game with the shootout winner. And I was talking with the guy in the stands about Riley, and we both pretty much said that like Riley is not coming back up unless there is someone who gets really injured for the Bruins, like if I don't know, if Carlo gets another concussion, Riley is gonna get another call up. But I do not see Mike Riley being. I really do not see Mike Riley becoming getting called back up to the Boston Bruins anytime soon. However, in trade talks, there have been two really big names that that have been floating around for the Bruins. It's Jacob Chychrun, defenseman for the Arizona Coyotes, and Luke Schenn, defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks. I cannot stress this enough that if we end up with Luke Schenn out of this deadline, when Jacob Chychrun is right there, Don Sweeney is going to be on the hot seat yet again. But like, still, this is if we end up with Luke Shen instead of Jacob Chikrin, and it's gonna make people in this city hate Sweeney even more. But let's be honest. That was all Friday. That was what I did on Friday. Yesterday, on Saturday, however, I could not watch the game because I was shredding whatever POW there was out there. I went to watch Houston Mountain with my sister, and honestly, it was the snow quality was awful. It was the first time I had been skiing in 7 years. I still had a lot of fun. Now, granted, it was a Saturday, so there were a lot of families there, meaning a lot of people stopped in the middle of the freaking... Just go down the slope! Stop stopping in the middle of the freaking slope. Alright, I just turned my mic down, so when I lay my hand on the desk, it isn't as bad as it was. Let me know if it's let me know in the comments if it's better or worse. I just decided to do that. But yeah, it was a really fun day. And I got to see the second period of this game, which let's talk about it. I didn't think that this was one of the most lackluster showings the Bruins have had all season. Like, talk about taking an opponent you could easily beat and making it so much harder than it needed to be. Now, I'm not gonna say that this game was entirely clean. Again, the refs sucked. And what is it? Steve Dangle yesterday, this morning in his LFR about the Leafs Blue Jackets game. Which, by the way, probably the best thing about this game is that we were not the only ones who lost tonight. All 4 of the top 4 teams in the entire NHL. That is NHL. Lost tonight. Those are the Bruins losing to the Capitals. The Devils losing to the the Wild after having a 2-1 lead in the third period. You could have put it away, but you didn't. The Leafs getting embarrassed by the Blue Jackets. The Leafs are 4th. Third is the Carolina Hurricanes getting 4 goals scored on them by Artemi Panarin, and the Leafs getting embarrassed by the Blue Jackets. That is the best thing about this game. The best thing about this game is that we were not the only ones to get beaten by a mediocre team last night. But that doesn't mean that we should take pride in this loss. We should take instead. Again, this didn't need to be a loss. Yes. And you could say what you want about the refs. You could say what you want about the refs, but ultimately, what I'm beginning to think more and more is cry about it. Cry about it. The refs suck. They have sucked. They always will suck. The refs are awful. And we just need to deal with it. We just need to deal with it. Do you honestly think that continuously complaining about it is going to make it better? No. It's not. No. Oh, Bettman has repeatedly dug his feet into the sand and said, and it's like, this is how I want to run the league. And it's awful. It's awful. Until there is reason to suggest that things will change, unless there is reason to suggest that Bettman is going to be ousted, and he's going to be visited by the ghost of Wayne Gretzky past is Connor McDavid present and Connor Bedard future, or he just freaking dies. Stop thinking that there is going to be any sort of change to how the games are going to be officiated. Here's a missed call on Lacko. Here's a missed call on Sonny Milano. Here's this. Here's that. Here's everything. Stop assuming that anything is going to change. Stop assuming that anything's going to change. Until there is reason to suggest that things are going to change. What is complaining about it going to do? But either way, on those 2 goals, honestly, Swayman, you could have had either of them. You could have had either of them, and it's why I put you in B tier on the tier list. Yes, you aren't incredible, but you're good. You are very, very good. You're really good, and I'm happy that you're our second goalie. Both of those goals should not have gone in. Both of those goals should not have gone in. And Foligno with the absolute lunge pail attitude, right in front of the net, wrestling to put that puck behind Darcy Kemper. Fantastic. Nick, I don't know why the rest of the team didn't wake up. Because now we have effectively lost 4 out of our last 5. We've lost 4 out of our last 5, 3 of which have been in regulation. And people are starting to get suspicious. Is this the fall off? Is this the fall off that we expected from the Bruins after the All-Star break? Who knows? But you better not be it. But you better not make it so. You got Dallas on Valentine's Day. You gotta make it. You gotta pour your heart into this game, into these games, because with the fact that we have officially come back to playing as one of the last teams to come back to playing, our schedule is obviously a little bit compressed. It's not going to get easier. It's not going to get at all easier. And it's time to and DeBrusk's out of the lineup. There's a lot of speculation about trading. Put your head down and freaking work. I honestly don't really know what else to say because I didn't watch the whole recap and I didn't feel like watching the highlights. Dude, I had a good weekend. I got to see the baby Bruins. If anyone tries to say that we should trade in Fabian Lysell, they are weapons grade stupid. And I got to see the baby Bruins. I got to see ski Wachusett. I get to get absolutely zooted with with my friends, and this was the only hiccup of the weekend. I overall had a good weekend. It was just that this kind of sucked. Let's make it not suck in the future. But that is going to be it for Into the Den, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.